Alright, so starting another normal game here. I'll be showing you how to do the little run at the start. You can start moving before the camera finishes its pan down. Got my buddy Sparks on here. Last game didn't go so well, so still won, but it was kind of a shit show, so hopefully this one will be a little bit better and a little bit more clean. Anyway, to do the running, you hit enter to bring up the chat, then you hit escape to make it go away. You are now capable of moving your character. So I'm going to start running forward right now, straight to the right a little bit, because I know there's a wall that's in front of me. Yep, Sparks is doing it too, and so is whoever that elf is. Alright, so I'm just running. See my little body? See my little body? Don't run off the edge like Sparks did the first time he did this. It was pretty funny. Oh, damn, the rats at this beginning. I'll be damned. Okay, got a healing kit. Oh, Carillian's a bot, and she's nice. So the bot was actually following us. That's pretty sweet. Speed potion. I prefer strength. So the reason why I prefer strength over speed most of the time is because strength will increase the damage of all attacks, not just your melee attacks. So if you throw a bomb and you have a strength potion active, it also does more damage. So I like to save that for whenever we run into a terrible situation or an ogre. But in general, like if you don't need to worry about a bomb, you don't have a bomb, and all you have is a speed potion. If you have a weapon that hits hard already, you want to use a speed potion. That'll give you more DPS than a strength potion would. But oh, save that guy. Shit, I hit the freaking lamppost, didn't I? Oh, Marcus Gruber, you asshole. There. Good grief. Anyway, if you have a hard-hitting slow weapon, use a speed potion. If you have a fast weapon, use a strength potion for as far as getting more DPS. Ugh, man, I play terrible when I'm trying to talk at the same time. Alright, so in general, with a shield weapon, it's usually you just want to use your shield. You don't really use the weapon too much. This is normal, so I can one-hit enemies with the axe, but it's single target only, whereas the shield bash is a multi-target hit. On the harder difficulties, though, the axe will not one-hit kill things. It takes 2 hits, but the shield bash also still just takes 2 hits. So you pretty much, on the harder difficulties, never use the axe. It's always a mistake. Because as you can see, with quick charges, you can swing it just about as fast as you can swing the axe. You don't hold it down and do a big hit like that. You just keep swinging. Quick charge attacks. You can do that with any weapon in the game. As soon as you see the beginning of the animation for the charge attack, if you release it, you will do the charge attack. Oops, strength. There's strength potion. And the shield bash especially actually keeps you pretty safe in packs like this, as long as you keep covering all of your different sides. Like if you just bash forward without turning your camera at all, you're going to get hit in the sides and the back. But if you bash forward, you know that direction is now safe for a couple of seconds while the enemies are staggered. So you can then turn and do a shield bash a different direction if you're fighting that many enemies. Of course, if you're just trying to kill one guy, bash him twice in the face. It's all good. Let's see, what do we get? Oh, we got one person now. Actually, that might have been somebody from last game. It was a guy who died with a tome and a grimoire. Oh well. Naming and shaming. Alright, right there, that rat I just hit was behind our bot, so I just saved him some damage. Nope, nobody's watching my back. Okay. I probably shouldn't be back here just fighting all this crap, but I know all this crap's going to come in the back and beat on my buddies, so I'm trying to kill it now. That rattling gun's probably over there on the other side of that wall. Oh. Wait, the bot's chasing him. Alright, that's the problem with bots, man. They will go back as far as they need to go in order to kill a special. Okay, jumping off the right. Notice how we waited for the bot to get pretty close and didn't hear the sounds of any specials like this guy. Because if you jump off something like that and then your friend gets grabbed, you have a long ways to go to get back up there. So rather than reloading, I just switched to my shield because I knew that I was going to be under attack. Is the bot back there fighting still? Yes, he is. Great. So that's going to be a problem. And in general, you want to try and keep up, but I have to babysit that bot. I would say let Nick grab it, but he died with it last time. I'd go get that Grim if I was you. Thank you. This is somebody from my last game. Alright, so even though I knew the big horde was coming from up here, I killed those guys because they would have, like, with us all facing one direction, just like I got stabbed in the back, you get stabbed in the back. That's what happens when you're trying to just get all the kills or whatever. Like, the kills don't really matter that much. It's all about not taking damage and watching your friends. Like, I should have been back there covering the elf, but I didn't. I saw her get stabbed. But when everybody's spread out, you can't help all your friends all the time. It's just not possible.
It reeks of black powder.
Okay.
I wish you were an ale.
Oh, now we got a player. Good. So, he'll hopefully be able to keep up a little bit better. Oop. Too bad I was in the middle of switching weapons. That guy jumped down right in my face.
I've spotted ammunition.
Pick up some ammo.
The more ammunition here.
Wait till everybody's grouped up and then we can jump down at the same time. Alright, down we go. Alright, so like I said in the last video, I like to run straight up these stairs because there's going to be a set of rats that come out of the top here. Alright, they happen to come from the other side, but I got screwed up because of Globadier spawned at the same time, which is terrible. But generally, I like to try and keep this area up top clear. Oh god, and a hook rat. Really? I already killed the Globadier up here, and then a hook rat spawns. My god. Yeah, that was a bit much. Normally, you just get a little spawn of the pink ones either over here or over here, and you just have to cover one of the sides. Hopefully this next time, that's what happens. Yep, here they are. Left side this time. Now, I saw that guy flanking my left, so I had to back up. I couldn't just stand there and beat on their spawn point, because I had already let him out. Now, is it just bad luck? Alright. Okay, got him cleared.
We have a choice.
Yeah, I'm actually playing pretty poorly this time, but...
I say we take our chances with the Blackfire.
Yeah, that's war.
Still doing fine. Alright, where are they coming from this time? Right.
Got some anger you're working out,
Every time my screen goes white like that, it's a little bit of healing. I do happen to have a lifesteal weapon, which makes up for some of the mistakes I'm making. So when you first go through this door, there's often enemies that spawn in the back. Like these guys. They can be specials, and it's terrible when somebody gets a Packmaster and gets hooked around the wall and the whole team has to go back there and chase him. That guy shouldn't be running off by himself. He's going for this chest on the right side. There's one on the right, one on the left. If you're being super coordinated, you do 2 right, 2 left. Storm Vermin down, because that could be a big problem later. Waiting for the reload, switching to my shield. Then I can help fight. Elf, come on, right? Yeah, normal mode, I can get away with just smacking him. Yeah, I just wanted you to avoid the Stone Vermin patrol.
Medical supplies at last.
Oh. There's Yeti off by himself. What are you doing all by yourself up there? What are you doing?
I'm with this guy, I thought, but...
That's a bot.
I didn't know you guys were that far back.
It's a bot. It's a bot. that other player we had left the match, and we got a bot instead who picked up a healing item that I had to go back and get the tome from. The bot dropped the tome for a healing potion.
Potion here.
And we still haven't seen an ogre. So, there's a decent chance of getting an ogre here. If we do get an ogre, you ideally want to fight them in open space, so you got room to dodge. Worst place to get them is on the roofs at the end of this. Let's see if we can get up into the house on the right. Kill that guy. They're gonna be here's gonna be a problem. Oh yeah, shit, we got a bot who's gonna stay out here and fight. Alright, so is that a problem? That's a problem. And the gun isn't loaded. Saved him. That's why hook rats are the most dangerous special. Because if you get him in a horde like this, you can't just run over there and get to your friend. And my gun wasn't loaded already. That's why oh fuck. They get you through walls too, by the way. That's why I try to make sure I'm reloaded before I switch off of my I'm just paranoid. Oh, block. Okay. Reload so that it's there when I need it.
And the fires of damnation are raging.
Alright, so you want to grab the stone?
Okay.
You heal yourself. I'll get the grimoire. Alright, so for these rats, the way to open, so the grimoire is behind this door right here. Doesn't look like a door, just looks like a wall. Carillion up there is going to go up there and hit a skull in this little back room, which opens this. Because I assume that's what she's doing. Oh, maybe that guy's not opening it. Can you open the door?
Yeah.
So you just swung, hit the skull. Door's still not open. I hear something creeping around in there too.
I think I'd open the chest. How about that?
There, it's open.
I can feel my strength slipping away.
Okay, let's get the grimoire.
I didn't open the loot chest, and then I opened the loot chest, and your door opened.
I see. Let's have to do both.
Keep your eyes peeled.
Oh, it's the same guy who either left us. Oh, there. Somebody got it. Hopefully it was Yeti. Yep, it was Yeti. So you can see at the bottom of the screen everybody's items. In case you didn't know that. Gas rat, gas rat. Where's the gas rat? Where's the gas rat? Highlighted it. Shot it.
That gas rat needs to die.
It's done.
A boon for our health.
Go! Watch out, right behind you.
That. There's a hunter, or whatever they're called, gutter runner. So we should all make sure we jump off this at the same time, especially when you hear a special like that that can disable you, because you can't go back there and help your friends other than throwing a bomb over the wall and hoping you get a good shot. So we're sticking together pretty good here, which is good. Now there is a bug you can do there. Since we heard a horn, that's the best spot to hear one, because if you sit at the bottom and you don't kill the rats, but you kind of defend yourselves long enough, and then you take this thing up, it will actually take up spawns for the rest of the level, and they can't climb up. So we could have made our lives a whole lot easier for the rest of the level. But just trying to show you some legitimate shield play here. A lot of guys, Jesus. A lot of guys in one spot.
Someone Grab those bandages.
There's that. Okay, oops, someone dropped his tongue. He's healing himself. Keep on dashing. So I'm not just jumping off, I'm waiting for my friend there to make sure they get over the top. Because if you go too early, like I said before, and they get jumped behind you, you can't get back up there. That guy was looking forward when there was enemies behind him, so I covered him. He also should have checked before he charged forward. And here another rat lane. There it is. Dead. Yep. I'm gonna go check this bottom chest, see if we can get a loot dice.
Medical supplies.
Just healing stuff. Kill that guy. Okay, now hopefully these guys know to just stand behind the bench. That's all you gotta do. I can shield bash for days. So yeah, I got hit a few times in this game, but not too bad. Could have been worse. I'm not gonna have lowest damage taken though, because that guy just joined at the end of the match. I don't know if he's been hit at all. And that's probably the, people that are stat junkies and things at the end looking at kill scores and damage, all that kind of stuff. Like, not to say those things don't matter at all, but the most important stat is damage taken. You need to be good at avoiding damage a lot more so than you need to be good at killing things. Like, between the four of us, we're gonna kill all the rats. That's not a problem. But getting hit all the time means you're sucking down all the healing items. Like, somebody who's really good might end up dying towards the end because they've had either no healing items or haven't needed to use any healing items the whole time up until the end, where they've been slowly getting whittled down. But there's one guy who's had like 4 medkits by the end of the level. Well, if that good player had one of those 4 medkits, he would still be in like full life and good shape at the end of the match, whereas that other guy is probably going to die again. But at the end, you can't just go get more medkits. You're stuck with whatever you come in here with. If that makes sense. Bash, bash, bash. So those ones are actually the most dangerous spawns, because these guys that jump out of the window, especially if it's a storm vermin, remember at the beginning I said that while they're still moving and jumping out, you can't actually bash them, you can't stagger them. You still do the damage, but if they land in between your attacks, and they do the fast attack animation, they can get an attack off without being staggered, which is really annoying. That's the way it is.
Cook the gas rat.
Got that guy. Looks over here's dead. Looks good. I got hit by a little bit of gas, it looks like. That's why my screen's a little screwy. So I'm checking left, check right, check left, check right. You can swing your camera while you attack and actually hit a wider area too. It's about 1/4 of a second or so of actual damage in front of you, and if you turn your camera, that damage gets spread out up to the target limit of your weapon. It actually has a pretty good range. As you can see, it looks on my screen like, my little stubby dwarf arms and this little tiny round shield, but I can actually hit things that are fairly far away from me. You back up. Another good thing to do while you're learning charge attacks with two-handed swords, shields, whatever, especially the faster ones. Oop, time to go. You saw those rocks falling. They make a hole in the floor that you want to jump into. I'm going to stagger these guys just to help my friends, but in general, you just want to be jumping straight down the hole. Storm Vermin. There's some good problems. I'm gonna throw a bomb just to a stat pad. Yeah. Alright. What was I saying? So there can be enemies at the bottom of this, so de-shield bashing already is a good idea. I hear a rattling gunner on the left. Dead. Time to go. Shut that door, shut that door. There we go. Alright. Anyway, that's some shield gameplay. Oh yeah, I was talking about the range, I think. Oh, and charge attacks in general. So, while you're winding up your charge attack, walk backwards. When you do your attack, walk forwards. That's another good way to stay a little bit safer while you're just trying to chain charge attacks. Some weapons lend themselves more to light attacks, some to charge attacks. Shields especially. Anything with a shield, you're going to want to be doing charge attacks for the most part. Alright, got myself a blue. Let's check the stats at the end here. Waiting. Great axe to the dwarf with lifesteal. It's nice except for the fact that it's a great axe. 200 hammers are much better. So kills, whatever. I'm doing damage, all these special kills. What I want to see is damage taken. Oh! Yeti! Yeti's the master damage taker in this one. Dun, dun, dun. But yeah, that guy, he just joined in at the end. He took very little damage. But anyway, end of the video. Good games.